Good evening to everyone that tuned in. So the person with me right now is the best-selling author of Millionaire at 22. He is also Facebook's top advertiser in the Philippines. He has built a following of 300,000 plus entrepreneurs and also has helped hundreds of businesses acquire more customers, double their profits, and automate their business. So, without further ado, here with me now is Coach Fibo Lim.
Hello,
Hello.
everybody. Hello, sis. Thank you for the introduction. Thank you for being me on the show.
Mm-hmm. Thank you also kasi diba, it was just really super random. Like I just messaged your email and then you got back to me. And thank you for giving us time tonight on a Wednesday. Diba?
Yeah.
So before we really start, I'd like to ask you and everyone who's tuned in to just share the video so more people can see it and watch. Um, So, yun. Hi, Coach Fibo. How are you? How is your week going?
Yeah. Quite busy kasi we've been launching a few projects and meeting some deadlines. But overall, it's exciting because every single time, kasi I always treat every crisis as an equal amount of opportunity. So what
Mm-hmm.
that means is, even if we're experiencing at these crazy and uncertain times,
Yeah.
um, instead of me shrinking, it's the best time for all of us to actually grow, and that's what we're working on with our company right now.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, would you like to share yung mga medyo new things na you have going on with us and with the Bounce Back community?
Can you say it again? Sorry.
I was saying na parang pwede bang medyo i-chismis mo sa amin yung mga kinakabisihan mo this crisis para ma-share din natin sa Bounce Back community?
Yeah. So I have a program that I'm launching. So we have a 3-day event coming up this October kasi, and we're getting in students for that 3-day event. And basically, it is a program that I'm launching that helps entrepreneurs, like salespeople, business owners, grow their business online. Because especially at this crazy and uncertain times, it's hard for us to have one-on-one selling or doing house to house, just like what I did a few years back. And even if this didn't happen, it's really practical for everybody to tap the internet to be able to get leads and prospects and convert them into paying customers without
Mhm.
you spending a lot of time, without you booking appointments, without you prospecting. And I think that's what we've been busy so far. preparing for this event, and at the same time getting students to change their lives for the event.
Mm-hmm. So I'm calling out to the Bounce Back community and to the people that I know or to the people that is watching or is getting to watch this video to join or to like inquire kay Coach Fibo Lim sa mga tao na gustong mag-go into online selling or just really make yung online extra income or something, like you can contact Coach Fibo Lim so you can get acquainted with that kind of information. So anyway, I'd like to start with asking you, what does entrepreneur mean? Because I saw it from your website and I was curious about what it is. So would you like
Okay,
to share? Yeah.
right. So, I wanted to create an advocacy, and I wanted to name that advocacy. So, kumbaga, yung pangalan that I decided is internet entrepreneur. So that's when you combine it, it's like entrepreneur. Because
Okay.
yung sabi ko, so entrepreneur means internet entrepreneur, and yun yung sabi ko that few years ago when I was selling products, I was selling glutathione, slimming products to the point of selling insurance, real estate, a lot of things, physical products. I was doing the traditional way of selling. And the problem that I had is number one, introvert ako. That means that don't really have a lot of friends. I don't really engage with people. I don't know how to build like relationship and rapport and all of these things. Kumbaga,
Yeah.
hindi ako marunong build relationship to be able to sell my product and services. And at the same time, hindi ako marunong magbenta and hindi ako marunong mag-market. So that even if I experienced a lot of things, I tried selling a lot of products. I think the number one reason why I did not succeed, it's not because of the vehicle. It's not because network marketing or real estate is not working or insurance is not working or whatever business is not working. It's because I did not know how to market. I don't know how to attract prospects or leads or customers into what I'm selling. And the transition happened when I I actually lost everything I had. I invested everything in a traditional business and lost everything I
Mhm.
had. And that's when I went to Google, typed the words "how to make money online," and that's the how I started selling digital products. And for me to sell digital products, I need to know how to market online. So
Mhm.
from there on, I made my first million, and then from there, I people started asking me, how were you able to make your first million? And nakakashock because when I made my first six figures in my network marketing business, I had to tell the world that I was rich. I had to tell the world that I was making meron akong cheque, kumikita ako. But for the first time, I was able to make an income without inviting my family and friends, without letting the world know. It's because I'm only selling to people who are only interested, not to people na I'm forcing them to join to buy my product and service. And now from there, that's how it started. Na building this advocacy, helping entrepreneurs get clients through the internet.
So, yun talaga yung advocacy mo, no? Just being able to help people become visible online.
Yeah.
So, has that worked well for you? Like, being visible online, like, how did it fare dun sa pagiging inclined mo into that?
Sorry, can you say it again?
Did that work for you? Like, how well did it work for you being visible online?
Right. So, up to date, we've built an 8-figure a year business,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think, and we did that maybe in just 2 years, and I don't think that's possible if we did not use the internet. And now, having these ideas, kasi, is basically any business I could build. It's
Yeah.
possible for me to know to be able to grow that business. Because at the end of the day, uh, the majority of the success of any business boils down to the
Mhm.
market. Even if you have good products, even if you have good operations, but you don't know how to get clients inside, you're not making money. And if you're not making money, somewhere someday you're gonna get you're gonna close down. As long
Mhm.
as you know how to market and sell whatever business you are in, you can make that business survive. Because at the end of the day, if meron kumikita yung negosyo mo, you can hire
Yeah.
somebody to manage that. You could hire
Mhm.
an expert to grow your business. You can hire somebody to take on the operations, take on the weaknesses. But
Yeah.
again, it all boils down to the sales. Are you making sales for you to be able to afford operations and improving your products and reinvesting back into your business?
Mm-hmm. Well, I totally agree. May question ako though, kasi diba you were talking earlier about network marketing and you were talking earlier about being visible online. So, yung sinasabi mo ba na nag-grow mo yung business into an eight-figure business in just 2 years, yung products mo ba nun or yung mismong business mo ba nun is network marketing inclined or you just have an experience with doing that?
No. My eight-figure a year business is a digital marketing agency, and we do services and we also sell information products. And this is the main business that I'm working on right now. So network
Okay.
marketing is I just went through the experience of doing that, and yeah.
Okay. Sige. Glad that it's clear. So, yung, kasi di ba, before, like, minsan naman makikita mo naman kung ano yung trending online, ano yung mga trending sa friends mo or sa circle mo. Sometimes people would say na parang, uy, may kita sa internet. Di ba? Or, uy, kapag ka may kita sa internet, minsan iniisip ng tao, either nagbebenta-benta ka lang or you're into network marketing. 'Di ba? So now, yung sinasabi mo na may kita online that you're turning or you're helping people to become entrepreneurs, how do you start that? Like, how do you look for people who are into that? Kasi hindi naman, di ba, lahat ng tao sanay mag-online. Yung iba mas gusto pa rin nagmo-mall. So, how do you get into that transition na parang, oy, okay dito, tas try mo to kasi it's working for me and it might work for you.
Okay, so since you mentioned about mall, I was able to handle a client, and I also use this as my case study. So I was able to get clients for a milk tea shop. It was in Iloilo called Black Scoop Cafe, and I think they made about in their opening they made about nearly 100,000 pesos in sales. And if you were to ask how much I spent in advertising, I only spent about 1,000 pesos in advertising. And
Wow.
any
Okay.
person would say that, that's crazy. And
Yeah.
the thing is when people say online business or online, it does not mean that your business should be online, right? What I mean when I say online is you are getting clients online. You are putting your brand online. It's similar to doing television. It's similar to doing billboards. It's just that the attention is now you in through your phone. Because right now is we agree that this is our new phone, right? Because most people spend their time, sabi nga that a person on average look at their phone an average of 300 times per day, and they use Facebook like an average of 6 hours per day. Some people have more time on Facebook than sleeping, right? So right
Yeah.
now, the most expensive asset of people is attention. The question is, where are you advertising? Is it to a place na, is it to a platform na nandun yung attention ng tao? Because for example, let's say television. If you would ask everybody, some people still watch television, but some people don't. And if for those
Yeah.
people who watch television, I'm gonna ask you this question. Pagdating ng teleserye, so you're watching teleserye, pagdating ng advertisement, what do you do?
Mhm.
Do you actually watch the advertisement sa television, or would you take out your phone and use your phone and wait for the advertisement to finish?
Yeah, I
Right?
think it matters.
Right? And
Yeah.
sabihin natin, you're in EDSA, nakasakay ka sa MRT, nakasakay ka sa Grab, whatever, traffic. What do you do
Mhm.
ba? Do you look at the billboards and stare at that billboard for the next 2 hours, or do you take out your phone and just use Facebook and just use social media? Right?
Yeah.
So the thing here is that attention of people are in the phones right now, and you have two options. You can use that as your advantage because it's been the cheapest ever way of advertising,
Mhm.
or would you still follow the traditional way of advertising? Now, going back to my example with regards to the tawag dun, to the milk tea, is how does that work? Okay, so I actually have like a 3-step process on this. Number one, I'm gonna reveal to you exactly how I did it to the milk shop.
Okay,
But
I
before that,
think
yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
I would just
So
like say na yung mga nanonood right now, put out your pen and paper kasi you should take notes also. Okay.
all right.
So, yeah.
So before I reveal this three-step process that I implement in any business, um, I'm gonna give you like a backstory on how I was able to work with Black Scoop Cafe. So one of the owners kasi there are tawag doon was my previous student, and then she reached out to me. Sabi niya, is it possible? So ganito nangyari. Uh, they implemented their own marketing, and parang they thought na they figured it out, so they've been advertising like for a couple of months, and then in the last week before the open, they had no clients. Kumbaga, they have problems, walang leads, or walang nobody knows that they're gonna open. And they reached out to me, and then 5 days before the opening, I ran an ad.
Mhm.
It's 200 pesos per day for the next 5 days, which totals 1,000 pesos. And from that 1,000 advertising budget, we were able to collect about 2,300 customers, or 2,300 leads. So if you divide that, it's kind of like you're paying like 33 cents for every customer, right? And that's just
Wow.
first time purchase. Now, and that's what happened. And backstory din, sobrang puno, and I would say na parang ganito, yung since I can't see, I don't have a picture here, but the how it looks like is, imagine an artista going on the mall, and then people are just bombarding that artista. So instead of
Yeah.
the artista, it's the milk tea shop. So that's literally what happened. And I would say, based on the picture, there were guards, because the problem nun is it was very chaotic in SM, because everybody would wanna taste that milk tea, right? And
Mhm.
want to buy that milk tea.
Question though,
And
Coach Fibo. Di
sorry,
ba yung, sorry, I have a question. Di ba yung Black Scoop, ano siya, franchise?
yeah,
Sikat
yeah,
na ano, franchise. So,
right.
nangyayari pala yun na parang kahit nag-franchise ka and it already has a name, may mga times pa rin talaga nakakailanganin mong mag-online advertise. Parang ganon.
Yeah, because technically, even if parang ganito, let's say you have the cure of cancer. Now, even
Yeah.
if you have the best product, and even if it's the cure of cancer, you don't even have to explain it. But if the world does not know that it exists, then nobody would buy your product. It's still the same thing. So sa
Mhm.
kanila naman is, even if it's a familiar brand, but you don't market it, you don't bring awareness to everybody, then nobody will still buy that. Because if you have a brand na sikat, and then you don't know how to market it, I know you know that there are a lot of big brands na
Mhm.
franchise who are failing as well, because technically they got the system, pero they didn't know how to get the initial customers in. So
Okay.
that's why I could say that it's important. I think based on the franchise contract nila, they would have to ask permission from from the head, if this is
Mhm.
okay. So merong mga ganun na rules. But at the end of the day, they have their own way. Kumbaga, they own the business as a like franchise. So
Okay.
yun, yeah, yeah. So yun, going back. So
Mhm.
what we did is, number one, yeah, create an irresistible offer. So like whatever business, you have to create an irresistible offer. So let me give you an example. Okay, before I share with you what I did to them, I'm gonna share with you what's an irresistible offer. It's an offer that people just cannot say no. Okay, so what happened is, when I talked with them, so they wanted me to advertise. The first thing that I asked is this: what is your irresistible offer? What can you offer to the market na they cannot say no?
Mhm.
And they were shocked. Sabi nila, no, they're getting me so that I could advertise. Kumbaga, they're getting me so that I could advertise their product, so that they're gonna make money. So I told them, no, that does not work like that in the online space. And I don't even think that's only the online space. In every advertising platform, because I've met with people doing infomercials and TV commercials and all of these things. Uh ito yung process nila. So the thing is, going back, so uh I first asked, what's your irresistible offer? Okay. And sabi nila, what do you mean? What can you offer to the market that they can say no? Sabi nila, 10% discount. Sabi ko, that's not irresistible. The point is, are you willing to drive 2 hours just to get a 10% discount? Kasi if you're gonna say 10% discount, it's you're still selling me something, right? So
Mhm.
sabi ko, okay, if you want to ask my advice and if you want me to market your business, you give free milk tea. And then they say, "Oh, that's crazy," and
Yeah.
sabi, exactly, that is an irresistible offer, free milk tea. Okay. However, most people don't understand this. That's why they don't implement yung process ko. So actually, ang nangyari is the free milk tea did not happen. Okay. However, we met halfway. So nangyari is halfway of like the 10% and the free milk tea is like 50% discount, right? Sabi nila 50% discount. Sabi ko, do not make it 50% discount because it's like you're still selling. But if you make it like buy one, take one free, you're giving
Mhm.
away something for free. Basta the point here, I told them that the point is you want to give away something for free. So in this case, if they get one, I'm gonna give you one more milk tea for free. And well, it's like an irresistible offer, but not very, very much compared to the
Yeah.
free milk tea. It's still an irresistible offer that most people don't give. So imagine for like 100 pesos, you get two milk teas. That's
Mhm.
irresistible. Most probably you're gonna bring somebody with you and
Mhm.
buy that. Okay. So now, um, okay. So why is it important to create an irresistible offer? By the way, does this have to be a long answer or I can anyway? So yeah, let me just continue because I think it's important. So
Okay.
uh, so now irresistible offer. So the purpose of this, because you want to have buzz sa market, you want to have
Mhm.
parang
Parang you
parang
wanna try
you're
it,
gonna tell, you
parang
wanna
gano'n.
you wanna tell your friends, right? You wanna tell your friends. So another irresistible offer that I experienced is sa Cebu kasi before Grab before Grab became what it is right now.
Mhm.
Grab gave a free ride. I don't know if that happened to you, to your place. Merong free Grab na it's like 100%, 100 pesos off. And
Yeah.
dito sa right? So this was like the first 3 months of Grab. And you know what I did? Every single day it wasn't Grab car before, it was like Grab taxi, right? And it's like 100 pesos off. And sabi ko, are you sure? Like, I don't have to pay anything?
Yeah.
And usually dito sa Cebu, like, usually our bill is like 100 pesos. And nangyari before, if I'm gonna go a little bit farther, I'm gonna ride two grabs. So like I'm gonna ride 100 and then I'm gonna book again. I'm gonna ride 100. So it's still free ride with aircon, and I don't have to pay. And this was like I was in college. I was still broke. So taxi for me is like an entire allowance, right? So it was so good because when I go to school, I don't have to ride the jeep. Nakabook lang, tapos like I have like a private driver 100% for free. And
Mhm.
I did that for the next 2 and 3 months. And the thing is, Grab started to
Charge.
eliminate the promo. And now since nasanay ako, eventually I still had to book Grab because parang nasanay na ako hindi mag-jeep eh. Nasanay na ako na
Yeah.
aircon, nasanay na ako na all these things. And now what happened is I became a consistent customer up until now. It's because I took that irresistible offer, right?
Mhm.
And that's exactly what's and before that, I want to share with you how did I discover this Grab na free ride. It's because of my friend. My friend told me, "Uy, mag-register ka
Oh.
sa Grab because like you're gonna have a free taxi, free ride." And what eventually I did is I told my friends, and my friends told my
Mhm.
other friends, and eventually became like a viral thing. That's exactly the purpose of an irresistible offer, because you want everybody to know your brand. And if that's the case, for example, if it's a milk tea shop or a Grab taxi, you're not taking into consideration the recurring customers, the repeat customers. So most probably, even if you break even at the first transaction, but few customers repeat buys and repetitive basis, that's pure profit for the rest of your life, right? So ayun, irresistible offer. And then the next part is converting sales process. So dito, what I did, just to give an idea, is when I gave something out for free, I capture their contact information. Okay, because what most businesses do, they just give out a free taste, free blah blah blah, and then they expect them just to come back. Now the thing is, they will never come for you to let them come back, you have to remind them. You have to send follow-up messages. And how can you send follow-up if you did not capture their contact information? So sa amin, it's a messenger automation. It's a messenger bot wherein if they comment a particular word, they're gonna get subscribed to this messenger bot. And now we have 2,300 people in there, so that if Black Scoop or somebody or the company would decide to send promotions, they do not have to run ads ever again. Imagine this. For 1,000 pesos, we were able to get 2,300 subscribers. Okay. And if the company would decide to promote in the future, they do not have to spend money in ads again. So that means all they need to do is send a message to this 2,300 people. And that's gonna be pure profit for life.
Grabe,
Right?
right? Nun, kasi parang gumawa ka na ng pool mo ng people, di ba?
Right. Yeah. And the third is quality traffic. And basically quality traffic are just quality people, quality traffic. These are your audience. So if you notice, itong tatlo, this is your offer, this is your sales process, this is the people. So I give an analogy with regards to the vending machine. The vending machine, meron tatlong parts. Okay, number one, yung offer, which is the food inside. That attracts people. Number two, which is the sales process. This is the vending machine. This operates for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, even if you're not there. And number three, which is what most people forget, is ito tinatawag namin sa online marketing term na traffic, or these are the people visiting your sales process, which is the number one mistake of most entrepreneurs, startup entrepreneurs, because what they do is they spend 6 months creating the product. They spend 3 months in building the office, 6 months building the office, and then when they launch, they forgot that they need to market. Dapat baliktaran. Dapat mauna yung marketing mo before even doing all these other things. And yeah, it's a long answer, but yun.
Meron akong question, kasi di ba you were saying about an irresistible offer. So, yung paglalabas mo ng irresistible offer, yun din ba yung parang magiging pinaka-component kung bakit ka magiging viral or magiging trending? Either yung service mo, yung product mo, or your business?
Yeah, it's the number one thing that would make it viral. Kasi for example, if I have an ice cream shop, and then what I'm gonna do is on my opening, I'm gonna say free ice cream. Here's my question: wouldn't you tell your friends that there's a free ice cream? So now, it's like I don't have to spend a lot on my advertising expense, and it's like everybody knows. And now everybody will not come to the ice cream shop. However, they're gonna get awareness that you exist. And someday, somehow, they're gonna visit your shop. Not today, but maybe next month, next week, like that, right? And so, would like to add as well, a lot of people will say free, di ba? Lugi ka, kasi you're giving away for free. It will cost you money giving it away for free. Yes, but no. What does that mean? The thing is, when you give away something for free, what do? They will come to your shop, right? What most people do when they come to your shop, they just give away something for free. What you do is, ito yung tinatawag natin na upsells. You offer something that complements that main thing. So for example, the milk tea shop, even if it's a buy one, take one, even if it's a free milk tea, I'm sure that we're still gonna break even. The goal here is not to make not to make profit, but to break even. If you make profit, that's bonus. Okay, but it's to break even. Because even if you break even, you have to party, because everybody knows who you are without spending a single penny in advertising, because you broke in, right? Now, how does it work if it's a milk tea? So in order ka ng milk tea, and then the upsell would be, "Oy sir, do you want cookies with that? Do you want additional pearls and additional basta mga additional, and you want cake with that, you want this and that," and now that's pure profit, right? So yeah, that's how it works.
May question ako though, kasi diba you're talking about free. Like, meron kasing, merong thinking yung ibang mga business owners na, paano yun kapag masyado akong nagbigay ng free or baka pag masyado ako laging nagpapa-samples or free samples rather, baka mawala ng value yung service or yung business ko dun sa market ko. Like, how true is that? And gaano mo kalimit gagawin yon para may value pa rin kahit may free ka na binibigay?
Okay. Okay, when you, for example, if you're giving out physical products, sabihin natin sa milk tea shop, of course you're not gonna give a free thing for life. You're just gonna do that for like 1 day or like 5 days. Or usually, kahit 1 day, that's what happened to them. They did it for 1 day, and now since only 1 day, there's scarcity in place, and that's why they have to take action today or never, and that's how you still. That's how you still put in the value kasi ano siya, it's just 1 day para siyang parang ganun. And at the same time, it also depends on the messaging. So I'm gonna give an example. So in my case, I give my book away free, and people think I'm crazy because people thought that I make money selling books. No, I actually lose money because I give my books away for free.
Okay.
And how do I do that? And how do I make money? I make money sa upsells. The purpose of the book is to get people in my sales process, and from there I offer them other products that supports my book. So now, what we're actually doing here is we are doing kind of like the opposite of what everybody else is doing. This is what you call the blue ocean strategy. So that's how you differentiate. Because right now, if you want to succeed in business, you want to have your products stand out. It's not being the better, being faster. It's about being different. Because if you're saying, I have this product because it's better, it's faster, it's newer, it's not going to succeed. But if you have this product because it's different, then that's where people look at you. They look at the new opportunity.
Okay.
Yeah, did I answer your question?
Okay. Yeah, you did. But may question ako. Like, let's say, paano yun, kunyari, you've already existed, like yung business mo, let's say, mga nasa 6 months na or like a year already.
Yeah.
Tapos, kailangan mo nang magbigay ng like, let's say, promo or something na para maging aware ulit sa'yo yung mga tao. How do you do that? Like, free pa ba yung gagawin mo? Or, anong klase na ba yun, Coach?
Do you have an example ba? Do you have an example in mind?
Like, example ko na lang yung freedom. Example ko na lang yung co-working space namin. Kasi we've already existed since March, but after we opened, nag-quarantine na. So my question is, paano ba i-revamp yung mga brand kapag gusto mong mag-exist ulit online?
Right. So, ganito. We have to face reality that because there's for example, somebody came up to me and told me na, okay, Fibo, how do I make my hotel have a lot of customers at this pandemic? Now the thing is, the problem is not the marketing. The problem is the health issue. So what that means is people are not going there because natatakot sila to get because of the health issue. So it's a totally different thing, right? It's not a marketing problem anymore. So so in this case, for example, you have a business that's running already. What I do is honestly, the number one thing that I do is just give something irresistible. Just give something irresistible that they're gonna know your brand and know what you're offering. So I'm gonna give you a scenario wherein I help a gym business. So sabi niya, I have a gym and then I wanna grow this. This is of course before the pandemic, right? Because of course everybody has fear of So provided that we're gonna eliminate muna this fear. We're gonna talk about that later on how to transition. So we're gonna talk first about the marketing. So I have this gym, and I want more customers. So what should I do? And what he did, he nagbo-boost po siya and all these advertising campaigns. And then,
Yeah.
and the advertising campaign is like buy now, buy now, buy now. And I'm going to tell you why it's not going to work with regards to doing social media ads or doing advertising. Because people go on Facebook not to buy. People go on Facebook, on Instagram to consume value. Okay, they're not there to buy. So when you go there to sell your products, it has like a mismatch. And you might think that people selling on Facebook are succeeding. The answer is no. I'm sure with that. And if they are, they cannot scale to a bigger budget. So what you do, you go on Facebook not to sell, but to give. Okay, you give. You go on Facebook. When I say Facebook, I mean Facebook advertising, because right now it's a pay game. It's not like going on your page, writing a post for 15 minutes, clicking post, and then after 10 minutes you get like 2 likes, your mom and your dad, right? Because that's what it's like, organic and free way of promoting it. It's a pay to play game now. So Ayan, going back, oh, what's your question again? I
Paano revamp yung brand? Kaya
sorry.
how do you revamp a brand?
Oh yeah, going back. So ayun, so yeah, I remember now. So give, right? So now you're on Facebook, you want to give value instead of like join now, buy now. So in that gym business, what you do is you give a trial, 7-day trial, a 7-day pass, a 30-day pass. Of course, if you want to make it super irresistible, it's like a 30-day pass. And now, who would want like, if I'm gonna give you like 30-day pass, or sabihin na natin, so it's not extravagant, sabihin natin, let's meet halfway, 14-day pass.
Okay.
Would you take that? Of course, it's free, right?
Yeah, it's free.
When I go to the gym, since I'm there, I raised my. The thing is this: when I'm gonna give like a 14-day pass, will everybody get that? Most probably not, right? Because most other people are not, even if it's free, they're not willing to work out yet, right? So what that means is,
Ganon.
sorry.
Parang hindi lang nila gusto. Kasi
Yeah, I
free.
mean,
Ganon.
no. Even if it's free, some people are just too busy with work. They're not ready to lose weight, right? Because technically, the reason why we don't go to the gym, it's not because of the money. It's because hindi pa natin priority as of now. Does that make sense? So now, when you give this something away for free, you're only actually attracting people who are interested, because not everybody will raise their hand and get your free offer. Okay. Only people who are interested. Most probably, these are people na matagal na gusto pumunta sa gym, and then ayan, the right time comes. Or most probably, I have another gym that I'm working on, and then expire na ako, and then I'm looking for another gym, and timing na meron kang free trial for 14 days, whatever. Anyways, the point here is people who will get your offer are those who are interested. Now, of course, they will go to your gym, and then you're gonna say, "Oh, I saw an ad, and I have this voucher. So what I can do is I'm gonna let them subscribe to my ad, so that I can capture their email." Again, the point here why you're giving away something for free is you want to capture their contact information so that you can follow up on them in the future. So hindi siya wasted.
Yeah.
You have their contact information to follow up on them. So now, of course, they're gonna go to your gym. I have this voucher that I subscribed. How can I claim it? And now what you do is you're gonna say, okay, you can start working out right now. And then you can give a one-time offer. What that means, or one-time upsell, you're gonna say, hey, Ses, I know that you came here because you're interested in, and let me ask you, what's the reason why you actually came to the gym? Because I want to lose weight. Why do you want to lose weight? Because I'm not confident about myself, all of these things. I'm gonna ask, Ses, do you think you'll be able to achieve that in just 14 days? Lose 10 pounds in just 14 days, or whatever you want to achieve? Most probably no. So here's what's gonna happen. Ses, we have a one-time offer here. If you subscribe for us for 6 months, we're gonna give you like a 20% off. But however, this is only available for today. So now, of course, since you raise your hand, now you're interested, you have a very high chance of getting that 6-month contract, 12 months contract, because you showed interest na. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
kind of like a micro commitment. Instead of selling 6 months to everybody, what if pinapapunta mo muna sila sa gym, and then that's who you sell. So you make that micro. You want to make them have that micro commitment first before
Mhm.
letting them buy your 6 months, 12-month contract. And that's how.
Wow.
And the thing is, if they do not buy on the first day, most probably they're gonna come back on the second day, right?
Yeah.
Maybe you can follow up on them. And most probably some people don't buy in the first. Maybe they're gonna buy maybe after 14 days.
Yeah.
And we're gonna tell them that this offer is only available in 14 days. After that, if you don't renew, the
Mm-hmm.
20% off will expire. And now they're really serious in losing weight, then most probably you're gonna get your offer. And now from a free person, they become a lifetime customer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Sige. Thank you for answering that. Coach Fibo, kasi pansin ko, you've just been talking about someone who owns a business, either like a milk tea shop or a gym. But in one of your vlogs, I saw that you were talking about you can start a business with little to no money at all. So how can that be possible at this day and time?
Okay, so I just want to share with you how I did it when I made my first million. I did not have products. I did not have, kumbaga, wala akong resources. Okay, and as I want to tell you right now, a lot of people think, and I'm gonna one sec. Let me write down your question so I don't forget, because I have like a short-term memory. um,
Okay.
start a business. Start a business without much capital. Did you get that
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. So I want to give a backstory so that you're gonna appreciate this. A lot of a lot of people kasi would assume that in business you need to have capital and lots of money and lots of resources. I'm gonna tell you. Um, I want to share this because I want to let the world know. If you win, sabihin natin nanalo ka sa loto.
Yeah.
Eto, is going to be controversial. This is related to the capital thing kasi people assume that they need resources and capital to start a business. Is that right? Right? Most people assume that. So, I'm gonna give you a scenario wherein nanalo ka ng, sabihin natin 1 million lang. Okay? And you're an average person, and let's say you're making 20,000 a day salary, and then you won 1 million pesos in a lotto. What do you do with it? Right? So what most people say is, magtatayo ako ng negosyo. I'm gonna quit my job. I'm gonna start a business. And I'm gonna tell you that's the wrong thing that you'll be doing. Okay? And then when I share this to my friends, we had some arguments. Sabi nila, no, bakit wrong siya? Da, 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 da. Guys, the reason why I can share this to you, because I've experienced a lot of challenges in entrepreneurship. I have my ups and downs, up and down, up and down. And the thing is, when you start a business with 1 million pesos, I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna lose it. Okay?
Okay.
So, sabi nila, what are you gonna do with it? Ako, I'm gonna put it in, maybe in the stock market, in an index fund, and I'm gonna put that there as my retirement fund, and act as if I didn't win it. So, as if na wala ka. So, I'm just gonna set that aside. I'm not gonna start the business. Why? Because mangyayari kasi is, in business, you need skills, you need experience, you need all these challenges. And since wala ka pang experience and wala ka pang experience and knowledge about that, you end up using that 1 million as your enrollment fee. And you don't want that to happen. However, when you start a business with zero capital or a few capital, your enrollment fee will just be 2,000, 5,000. And now, when you start kasi with a huge amount of money, is uh, that's when entrepreneurs' creativity stops. Because I have my money, so I'm just gonna buy. I'm gonna buy this. I'm gonna rent this store. I'm gonna spend all these amounts, and then boom, I don't know what to do next. Because if that 1 million, mawala sa yung 1 million, what happens? You don't know how to get that 1 million back. However, if you started with nothing and then earn that 1 million, and even if nawala sa'yo lahat, you're gonna be confident. That's the reason why a lot of entrepreneurs natatakot sila mawala lahat, because most
Yeah.
probably they started with something and not with nothing. And I mentioned that because I receive a lot of messages at this time. So I can't start the business because I don't have job, I don't have all this, that, and this, whatever other reasons. I'm gonna tell you that business and entrepreneurship is not about having the resources, but it's about having the resourcefulness. And I think that's the number one skill that an entrepreneur should have, having that resourcefulness, not the resources. And
Mm-hmm.
to answer your question is when I got started, I made my first million. Um, I really did not know what to do. Like and what I did was I was just selling other people's products and was earning a commission in return. I did not have my own products. I was just selling other people's products. And I think that's what you can do as well when you're still getting started. You can
Mm-hmm.
sell other people's products because I guarantee you that your first business will not be your last business. Kasi most
Yeah.
probably, yung businesses mo it's, kumbaga, um, I have a friend who has a software company right now, and sabi niya that if I wouldn't have started 12 businesses before this software
Mm-hmm.
company would be successful. Because minsan kasi, the business that you have right now is a stepping stone for you to the next business, to
Business.
the
Yeah.
bigger thing in life, right? So now, of course, you don't have money, so you can sell other people's products. You can be a reseller. You can
Mm-hmm.
be that's how you start being creative, right? So there's a lot
Yeah.
of things in mind, but that's figure the easiest answer because technically, what you need right now is to master the skill of marketing and selling, and that's what I did. That's how I grew my
Mhm.
business from there.
Okay. So, yun nga, Coach Fibo, would it be possible na magkaroon ka ng business sa internet or mag-market ka ng business online tapos walang masyadong capital?
Yeah, so yun, you can do that by selling other people's products. So in that case, I don't have inventory. So I'm gonna give an example na pas. This is what you call, by the way, affiliate marketing. I'm gonna give an example. You know Lazada, you know Agoda, you know
Yeah.
Amazon, these big companies, right? What if I told you that they have an affiliate marketing program? What does that mean? You have the ability to sell their products and you have a commission in return.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to give you an example. What this is not my main revenue stream, but I just
Okay.
do this for fun. Every time because I buy something like a camera or a gadget that's pretty high end, I shoot a vlog about it, and after the vlog, I let them click the link below. Okay, what that
Okay.
link means is yung link na yun is mas sabihin natin from Lazada is it's an affiliate link. And if people click that link and buy the same camera, buy other products, basta when they click that link, I'm gonna get like 5% commissions from everything that they purchase in Lazada, right?
Okay.
And some even offer 10-15% depending sa products. But yun, those are the easiest. And another would be let's say Airbnb or Agoda.
Mm-hmm.
Whether 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 you sell them or not, they're still gonna purchase through Agoda. You know, they're
Yeah.
they're still gonna rent through Agoda and all of these things. Why not just let them click your link and
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna get like 5-10% commissions from all of the sales. So, so,
Okay.
so based on that, did I answer your question?
Yeah, may mga bago kaming natututunan dito ah. 'Cause I'm sure like kasi sa Bounce Back Network, people are more into creating their own businesses. Like either nagluluto sila, nagbebenta sila ng food or handicrafts, mga ganon. So,
Right.
at least ngayon, may ibang way pa pala na pwedeng pagkakataan. Not just that, but pwede rin nilang ma-applyan sa business nila na mag-get ng
Right.
affiliate marketers and such. So,
Yeah.
Coach Fibo, I have another question for you. So you talk about yung main pinaka-important is advertising and marketing. So let me ask you this, which is more important? Ano yung skill na dapat na uuna mong alam? Should you be a good marketer first before a good advertiser or advertiser ka dapat and then yung pagiging marketer mo would follow?
Okay. So I would say that you should know how to market first before you advertise. Kasi when you say it, it it depends on how you interpret it. But when I say advertise kasi, for me, it's something that involves money wherein you have to spend, not just post anywhere. Like Real advertising is you have to pay money to get your brand out there. So now, marketing in my is, it's like learning how to write the words. It's like writing the copy, positioning the images, creating the videos. So mangyayari kasi when you say ad, how can I say this? So parang ganito, even if you know how to run ads on Facebook, but the videos, the headlines are not converting, it's not attracting people, it's not making converting people from a it's not converting people from a lead to a buyer, then yung advertising yung skills mo does not work. Kasi advertising can be so I think it would come hand in hand, because even if you know how to market, well, I would say that marketing is like para siyang engine, and then advertising is just the gas that puts your message out to more people. I think that's how
Okay.
I
That's how you see it. Okay,
yeah.
actually, Coach Fibo, meron akong question right now with one of my friends. And I would just like to encourage everyone or anyone who's watching na kung meron kayong questions, you can type it in and Coach Fibo will answer it for you. So, yung question kasi niya, Coach, is ano daw ba yung mga strategies ng mga startup? Like, ano daw ba yung important para makapag-advertise for a startup? Irresistible offer lang ba yun or meron pang ibang strategies na pwedeng gamitin? Because lahat ng tao ngayon under this pandemic, I'm sure lahat almost nag-iisip magkaroon ng startup business.
Okay. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's the same question as like how to become a millionaire, right? Most probably that is a hard thing to answer. Do you know why? Because there are like a gazillion ways for you to become a millionaire. If you're gonna say like I'm a startup entrepreneur and how do I market my business, it's kind of like that. Like it's hard to answer because there are a lot of ways on how you can do that. Now, based on sa scenario ko na irresistible offer, again I'm gonna repeat it. Offer, sales process, and then traffic. I wanna emphasize this because when people ask me how do I market, all you need to have is these three things. The offer attracts people. That means they scroll on Facebook, and they stop because they see something that's different. That's the offer. The sales process is the one converting that as a viewer to a lead, from a viewer to a lead to a buyer. Yun yung sales process mo. Yung traffic this is the ads that you run on Facebook. And I'm gonna tell you that the reason why most people say na nagtry naman ako mag-run ng ads sa Facebook, hindi nag-work, it's because you run ads to sell. It boils down to the basic things. Kasi technically Facebook is there to give you as much eyeballs. The question is, do you have a sales process and an offer to attract people and convert them from a lead to a buyer? So that's really the most the simplest way for me to explain it.
Okay, sige, Coach. But I have another question. Actually, I have a series of questions that we hope you can
Go
answer.
ahead.
But ito nga yun eh. 'Di ba? Usually sa mga businesses, especially right now, lahat naman nag-go into online business or online marketing business na, 'di ba? So ngayon, how would you suggest people na yung kakaalam pa lang nila that they can monetize yung internet or online? Parang how do you suggest them, how would you suggest na magamit nila yung ganitong type of medium para sa business nila? Like, do they just watch videos on YouTube or do they just follow you? Like, ganun lang ba siya kasimple gawin?
Yeah, so that is a good question because I would say that you have to follow my YouTube channel. I'm just joking. But technically, I'm gonna tell you kasi na when you start learning, okay, I think I would suggest that you have to buy a course. It doesn't have to be from me. You can buy somebody else's training. Because the thing is, when you start learning on Google or YouTube or whatever, I'm gonna tell you that information is everywhere. And then the reason why you don't succeed, it's because you have too much information, you don't know where to start. Because I'm gonna tell you, there are a lot of ways to sell online. There are a lot of ways to make money online. There's a lot of ways. Like basta I just can't explain. There's hindi ko ma-count by hand like how many
Okay.
opportunities are there online. It's just that when you start learning kasi for free, um you're gonna try this and then you try this again and then you try this and try this, you try a lot of things and it doesn't work. It's because you're not focusing on just one thing, one path. So I would suggest that if you see a course that teaches you to get from point A to point B, kasi maraming
Mhm.
courses as well na basura na basta. If you find a course that gets you from point A to point B or get a mentor that helps you get there, then you have to invest that in courses or programs or into a mentor.
Okay. So, yeah, thank you. Because we started talking about yung entrepreneur. We started talking about how to operate your own online business or how to make your business visible online. But apart from teaching that to a lot of people, di ba meron kang book and it's called Millionaire at 22. And it's something that actually really happened to you. So let me just go back on that and ask you, how does it feel like to be so, paano ba yun? To be so successful at such a young age. Kasi 'di ba at this age, yung mga tao mas nakafocus pa sa ibang mga bagay. So how did you get into that?
Okay, so of course when I made my first million, it was about the money because I want to have enough to be able to sustain my needs. But after
Mhm.
that, kasi especially at a young age, you don't have much responsibilities.
Yeah.
Now converts from a money to something na you want, something na yung gusto mo, your passion, your hobby. And for me back then when I was still in my journey of making my first million, what I do really is just reinvest everything I earn into education. Kasi,
Okay.
and I think I don't know if you're familiar, but I read the first book called Rich Dad Poor Dad, and then I read there and sabi doon na invest in your education, and that's exactly what I did. I bought everything that I earned. I bought books and bought more books because books lang yung kaya ko ma-afford before, and then from there feed my knowledge. And then when I earned my first million, sabi ko talaga sa sarili ko that what I want to happen in my life. Kumbaga, I asked myself. I think I learned this from Mo Sanchez. Somebody
Mhm.
from the audience, sabi niya, Bo, when are you planning to retire? You know, all these things. Sabi niya, you know what? I will never retire. And it was a shocking answer because we all want to retire at age
Yeah.
40, at 20, at 30, at a young age. And sabi
Mhm.
niya na the only time that you retire is if you don't love what you do. Because technically, there's no such thing as retirement. Because after you retire, you still have to do something. And if you don't do something, you're gonna die. Like, anong gagawin mo? You wake up, wait for the day to go down, and then you sleep, right? That's a boring life, and nobody would want that. Everybody
Yeah.
wants to do something, right? So now, sabi ko, okay, now I understand that there's no such thing as retirement if you do what you love. So sabi ko, if that's the case, ano ba yung gusto ko na retirement job? And that's where sabi ko, I wanna write a book, I wanna mentor people, I wanna teach people.
Mhm.
Because it's all a combined skill kasi when I went to network marketing, I learned how to train, I learned how to build, when I learned how to sell and all of these things. And now sabi ko, okay, what do I teach people? And that's where I realized that people were asking advice from me with regards to marketing. And
Mhm.
that's when I decided, okay, why don't I help people and teach people how to market and sell online? Because that's how I made my first million and more millions to come from that. Did I answer your question?
Yeah, you did naman. I was actually talking about the book because the book shares about yun nga, 8 powerful lessons, diba? So for you, since you already have the experience, it actually happened to you. What would you say yung pinaka-important na lesson dun sa 8 that you talked about within the book?
Okay. Honestly, I would say all those are important. However, let me just share one lesson lang na nagamit ko up until now. And I'm sometimes you forget about that it's a lesson, right? Because sometimes
Okay.
we do that. Minsan nagkamali tayo and then we repeat the same mistake.
Yeah.
It's a lesson about focus, right? And
Mhm.
then I'm gonna tell you, of course, when you're getting started, you have to say yes to a lot of opportunities. But when you get to a level na marami ng opportunities, the next thing that you should be doing is how to say no. Because
Okay.
every yes that you say, it's actually a no to everything else. And I'm
Mhm.
gonna tell you that at my stage, I have like 1,000 ideas in mind. And what I struggle every day is to stop implementing all these 1,000 ideas. Because if I do that, I say no to everything else. So
Okay.
ngayon, it's the power of focus because a lot of people, they think they have this, they think they need to have a lot of businesses. Meron akong business
Mhm.
nito, meron akong business nito, and I have like 10 businesses and they're proud of it that they have like 10 businesses. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna share this to you. It's what they call the power, the circle of focus. So sa circle of focus, sabihin natin, wala akong ano. Sabihin natin, draw a circle. And then let's say you have this business number one. Okay? You write this business number one. Ilang ilang percent itong business number one sa entire circle? It's 100%, right?
Mhm.
And then let's say you decided to start this business number two. And now you're gonna draw a half, and then this is like business number one, and then this is like business number two. So ilang percent yung focus mo sa business number one? It's like 50 and then
Okay.
50, right?
Yeah.
And after that, you have this third idea and then this fourth idea, and then you mark it like that, and then it's going to be 25, 25, 25, 25. The question is,
Mhm.
when was the last time that you succeeding giving 25% focus on that business? 25% focus on that specific thing that you do, right? So sa akin, even if I'm gonna tell you talagang maraming people like, hey, do you want to be my partner? Do you want to be my do this? And kumbaga, you want to invest in my business and all of these things.
Mhm.
Sabi ko, depends. Number one, if it takes away my focus, I would not. If it's a passive thing, let's say I'm
Okay.
gonna invest in the stock market and in the index fund without me looking at it, or in real estate na it's gonna be there for the next 10 years, or in a business where I'm just a passive investor, then that would be
Mhm.
okay. Pero if it requires my focus and energy, that's where I have to think about it, because people think if you're making 1 million a month dito, you start the second business, you might think you're gonna make the 2 million a month. And then the third business, you're making 3 million a month. That's what most people do. But they realize when they start this business number one and then they start the business number two, they make the same amounts of money. When they start this
Mhm.
business number three, they make the same amounts of money but more stress. Because technically yung 1 million mo transferred to the business number three. And
Yeah.
that's what happens to most entrepreneurs. And for me, I think that's the number one lesson
Okay.
I learned after my experience.
May question ako because you're talking about, di ba, focus and all. But meron din naman kasing mga tao na gustong makapag-diversify agad. Right? So, paano yun, coach? Kunyari, ako, meron akong business that like, that is visible online. Let's say it's a product. So, maglalabas ako, like, let's say, ng 4 na product, but I'm doing the business online purely maybe through e-commerce or something. So, is that a smart thing to do? I mean, nakafocus ka pa rin ba nun in that sense? Kasi online siya and products ang naman din yung gina-give out mo, or hindi?
Okay, so it would depend because you can start 4 businesses, pero yung focus mo nasa isa lang. Because you can technically do a business number one and then hire a manager, make the decisions for you there. So technically,
Mhm.
you're not now inside the business, you're outside the business. When you say you're outside the business can run with or without you for the next 12 months. So
Mhm.
that's the time that you start the second and the third and the fourth business, is if only it doesn't require your focus, it doesn't require your time to be there. Kumbaga, kung mawala ka sa isang taon, buhay pa rin yung business mo. Kasi
Oh,
I experience a lot of times, I have like 5 different businesses. I go to business number 4, and then business number 3 have problems. I go to business number 3, and one day, all of those businesses have the same problems all at the same time. The
yeah.
problem is this: I have to decide ano yung uunahin ko. And if I'm
Mhm.
gonna prioritize business number one, all other businesses will get affected, right? So at the end of the day, you are just spreading yourself too thin, right?
Right.
However, the only time that you start to diversify, kasi it can be a vertical or horizontal growth. So if you want a
Mhm.
vertical growth, you focus on that. If you want diversification, ibig sabihin, kumbaga, stability, that's where you start diversifying. But again, it's recommended that you hire a manager, you hire a business partner, that they're the one who will make the decision for you.
Okay. Actually, I have two last na question, Coach.
One sec,
And
can I add 30 minutes? So another example would be, sabihin natin, Henry C.
mhm.
What is the number one thing that you think about ni Henry C? Says
SM, of
SM,
course.
real estate.
Yeah.
However, meron siyang BDO, meron siyang all other businesses, but do you know what? These other businesses support the one main thing. It's
Which
still
is
real estate, right? The reason why he has a bank, so that he can build more SM, right?
okay.
And if you notice, all businesses are like that. Now they don't start businesses that are iba't iba. They start
Mhm.
businesses that are interconnected with each other. So,
Yeah.
for example, Alibaba started Alipay and then Ali whatever. It's still
Mhm.
connected. It's a business that helps business number one. And I think if you can see that, you're combining focus and diversification in a way na you're
Yeah.
still in one spectrum pa rin ng niche. Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
So parang that's kind of saying na that's the smart way to diversify. Kasi 'di ba yung mga ibang tao, they would go into like, let's say, okay, I'm gonna go into food. And then because may magandang opportunity here, I'm gonna go into that naman. So you mean to say that for you to be able to have that stability, you have to diversify smartly. Parang
Mm,
ganon.
yeah.
Okay. So anyway, yung title kasi talaga ng talk natin is Break Free from Step One. Now, I coined that title because almost everyone na nag-start ng business or mga startups, like, na-shake because of the virus, because of the pandemic. So almost everyone is nasa step one, right?
Mhm.
So, pwede bang makahingi kami ng advice, Coach Fibo, on how we can break free from step one? Hmm.
Okay. Um, I just want to clarify. When you say step one,
Yeah.
ibig sabihin you're starting from scratch or
Yeah.
you achieve
Um,
something and sige, go ahead.
it could be that you're starting from scratch kasi of course yung mga like, let's say, mga naging unemployed right now or people na dumami yung time since nag-work from home. Of course, may mga iba doon nag-start ng additional business, di ba? Tapos may mga existing businesses naman na nawala yung momentum. So technically, almost lahat bumalik sa step one. So, ano yung ma-advise mo dun sa mga tao na nasa step 1 pa din or nabalik sa step 1 or nagsa-step 1 pa lang? Like, how
Okay.
do you think on that?
All right. So let me share with you a story of a friend of mine. And what happened during this pandemic is yung company niya closed. So he was making about 2 million a month net profit every month. Okay?
Okay.
2 million a month. And I think kasi sobrang chill yung buhay niya kasi everything is virtual and all of these things. I think he has a team of like less than 5 people, but 2 million. I mean, if you could see 2 million net in a
Mhm.
traditional business is very big. Like you need to have a lot of overhead to be able to get that
Yeah.
amount. What happened is in just one snap, nawala yung business, nawala yung income, and he started purchasing, I think, dalawang bahay and then sports car and all of these fancy things kasi yun yung goal niya, yun yung gusto niya that's what he really wants. So now he's in the problem of, how can he recover? Kasi I thought everything would be good. That's why I purchased these expenses, these liabilities. But ngayon, even if I'm making 2 million a month, but if expenses ko is like a half a million a month, and no
Yeah.
income, eventually lahat ng savings ko will gonna be consumed. So
Mm-hmm.
he's in that situation. After 30 days, he was able to immediately recover, and I think he's making more than seven figures profit ngayon every month. Now, how is it
Mm-hmm.
possible? And he moved from zero business, talagang wala, to start one, and then started different thing all over again. Now, how is it possible? Because he had the skills already. And I'm gonna tell you that if you're somebody na meron kang negosyo, you started from step one, and
Yeah.
then like you're struggling now. Everybody, I'm gonna tell you, when you're in step one, you're always struggling.
Mm-hmm.
But as long as you have those skills, so in this case kasi, he also knows how to market online. So that's why he can immediately recover. Once you have that skills, it doesn't have to be market online. It can be speaking, it can be closing, it can be selling, it can be
Yeah.
finding partners. Because I have a friend, all he does is connect person A and person B. He makes a lot of money doing that. He's an extrovert. All he does is talk people and, uy, kailangan mo ng kotse? Uy, sino yung may kotse dito? So he makes commission doing that. And all he does is laway lang, right?
Okay.
So so the point here is, we actually had a conversation when his company went down,
Mm-hmm.
and sabi niya talagang he doesn't know what to do. Sabi ko, bro, what are you good at? And then from there, that's when a lot of ideas came in. So I also want to emphasize as well that for most people, especially when you're step one, do a self-check on yourself and figure out ano yung mga strengths and mga weaknesses mo. Because I'm gonna tell you, most people, and this is what we're taught in school, work on your weakness. And yung sabi sa school. However, in real
Mm-hmm.
life, is this. If you want to succeed in life, you focus on your strengths, not on your weakness. Kasi sa school, for you to be valedictorian, you have to get a perfect grade in all of the subjects. But if you
Yeah.
notice, yung teacher na nagtuturo, naka-specialize lang siya sa isa. Meron bang teacher siya nagtuturo sa math, science, Filipino, English? Wala, di ba? Naka-specialize
Yeah.
lang siya sa isa. But our teachers expect us to be a top grade, to have a high grade in all of the subjects. How is that possible,
Mm-hmm.
teacher? Ikaw na nga, isa lang yung tinuturo mo. The point
Yeah.
here is, in life, it doesn't work that way. When you want to improve every single thing of your life,
Mm-hmm.
you will end up in the middle. You don't want that to happen. You want to be extraordinary, and for you to be extraordinary, you have to focus on that one thing that you're really good at, which is these are your strengths. So if you notice, for example, Manny Pacquiao, he plays boxing and basketball. But is
Yeah.
he known of playing basketball and boxing? No, he's known of playing basketball only. Michael Jordan plays sorry, Manny Pacquiao is known for playing boxing, not for
Yeah.
playing two sports. Michael Jordan is known for playing basketball,
And
but
base.
he also plays golf and baseball and all this. Is he known for all of those things? No, he's only known for that one thing because he's extraordinary of that one thing. So
Mm-hmm.
same thing in sa ginagawa mo, go to your strengths and work on that strengths if you're in step one. Because let's say if you're good in writing, work on that strength, because when opportunity comes, because as entrepreneurs and business owners, we only want to hire the best of the best on that one thing.
Yeah. Totoo.
And if you're really good in this one thing, kumbaga, what I suggest is work on your high income skills. So when I say high
Mm-hmm.
income skills is things na usually na may, sabihin natin may ing, na writing,
Yeah.
these are skills. What are non-high income skills? These are skills na everybody can just do. Let's say,
Mm-hmm.
cleaning the tables. High income skills are closing, marketing,
Yeah.
doing social media marketing, right? Advertising, speaking, people who
Mm-hmm.
are willing to pay high amounts of money to get your service, copywriting, right? So you work on these high income skills, because even if even if you don't have the capital to start your own business or something like that, you don't want to start your own business first, people are willing to pay you for your skill.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Technically, paano ba? I I paid somebody like 100,000 for me to just write an article. So just imagine that, because that article makes more sales. That's the reason why we're willing to do that. But the point here is work on that, educate yourself for that one skill that you're really good at, because when opportunities comes, you can use that skill.
Okay. Nice. So, Coach, yung last question ko is, kasi syempre ang dami mo ng achievements, di ba? And a lot of people now look up to you or get your service to get to that certain point in their life. But let me ask you, are you self-taught ba? Or aside from your experiences, hindi mo naman through experience malalaman yung paggamit ng internet eh. Like, are you self-taught or meron ka bang mga follow na mga people or meron ka bang mga naging mentor para malaman mo yung alam mo right now?
Right. So I would say that I am okay. Let me share this to you. When I started marketing online,
Mhm.
I started to invest in my education, right? Because I attended one of my one I attended, I don't know if it's seminar or sa book, pero meron akong nabasa, sabi doon na there are two ways of learning. Okay, first is you could learn from your own failures, from your own mistakes, from your
Okay.
own experiences. Second way is you learn from other people's experience, other people's mistakes, other people's failures. And
Mm-hmm.
then after that, I read a quote. Sabi sa quote na yon, stupid people never learn from their mistakes. Average people learn from their mistakes, but
Mm-hmm.
successful people learn from other people's mistakes. And based
Okay.
on that, if people are asking like, how is it possible you can achieve a lot at a young age? Sabi ko,
Mhm.
technically, because I don't have to go through what everybody else have to go through. When I
Right.
wanna, let's say, when I wanna invest in real estate, trust me, I won't do something by myself, because yung kapalit nun is time and money.
Yeah.
So what I do is I model what other successful people are doing, because success leaves clues and all you have to do
Mhm.
is model what they do. So going back to your question, 100%, I learned this. I learned what I do from other people. Of
Mhm.
course, that does not mean I have totally eliminated failures, kasi parang
Yeah.
ganito, even if you learn boxing from a very, very great guy, there's still a
Mhm.
possibility that you're still gonna get knocked out, right?
Yeah.
So, but the advantage there is like 90% of your failures will be eliminated, and you don't have to go through this cycle of like succeed, fail, because meron ng specific path that, meron ng guide that could lead you to your destination.
Okay. Sige. Thank you, Coach, for answering yung series ka of questions. So, do you have any final words sa mga people in the Bounce Back Network?
Yeah, so um sabi nga ng dad ko that pag may magsasara, may magbubukas. And actually, he
Mhm.
said this like in the middle and the start of the lockdown. Sabi na, Fibo, pag may magsasara, may magbubukas. And it really instilled in my mind. Sabi ko, oh nga, no? And that's when I always, uh, I treat every crisis as an equal amount of opportunity. And I totally believe in that. Every crisis is an equal amount of opportunity. So now, instead of you, especially entrepreneurs, you have two options. You can do the, and this is what everybody else is doing. They do the wait and see method. What is this? They wait for everything to be okay and they see what happens next. So ngayon, let me give you a short backstory. When the lockdown happened, uh, my some of my friends, including my family members, told me to stop selling. Kasi
Mhm.
everybody is fearful, nasa pandemic tayo, and why are you selling products? And sabi ko, why should I not be selling? Diba? Kasi akala kasi nila, they think that when I sell products, it's like I'm taking away money from the people. Sabi
Mhm.
ko, no, you don't understand. When I sell my products, people get affected based on my product and their lives will be changed. And at the same time, ganito. And it's fun to share this because I receive a lot of comments in my ads.
Mhm.
Uy, crisis ngayon, pandemic ngayon, nag-a-ads ka pa. What
Yeah,
the heck,
nakita ko nga rin yun
right?
eh.
So,
Yeah.
so now, I'm gonna share with you why it's important for you to sell your products and services even at a crisis, even at a pandemic. Now, this is not only because of me, because I have a family, because I have a team to pay. That's one way. Because of course, if I don't make money, I have to lay off my team members. If I lay off my team members, their families get affected, and it's gonna be domino effect. That's one way. However, the majority reason why I keep selling even during this crisis is because I want to save the economy. You know why? I want to share the story during the 9/11, 2001, when the Twin Towers was hijacked,
Bomb. Yeah.
or basta bumagsak yung Twin Towers. Everybody was at a fear state. Everybody was fearful. And that
Yeah.
was the time that everybody stopped buying. And now the government had to make a decision to
Mm-hmm.
let people stop buying, let people become fearful, or change the emotion of people. So what the government did sa US is they encourage people to keep buying. So they encourage banks to change their payment methods and all of these things. They encourage people to keep buying because what happens when people stops buying, the
Mm-hmm.
money, the circle of money stops, and when that happens, the economy will die. And that's
Yeah.
exactly what happened sa pandemic. If you stop selling your products, the movement of money will stop
Mm-hmm.
and the economy will die, right? So nangyari doon, it was after a few days na save siya because the government said, keep buying, keep buying.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened, people started to buy furnitures and television and all of these things and then bumalik sa normal yung economy.
Yeah.
But what if people became fearful and they stopped buying?
Mm-hmm.
Mara, a lot of lives unfortunately are taken right now. Tapos magdadagdag ka pa na papatayin mo yung economy, right? Because imagine if people are not buying your products and services right now. Talagang mamamatay yung negosyo. That's what happened where the government had to make the two decisions. Number one, is it to save more lives? Or number
Mm-hmm.
two, is it to save the economy? That's why yung government, lockdown, not lockdown, lockdown, not lockdown. It's really a hard choice to make. Pag you're gonna let the economy die, how will people eat? Right? And if the other way around, it's still a domino effect, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now I think that is my last message. Now, if you have a product and a service that you truly believe that will help people,
Yeah.
why it's your moral obligation to put that out to the world because it will change their lives. At the same time, you're contributing the economy by making money move and making the economy survive at this time.
So parang ano, no, Coach Fibo, napanood mo ba yung Wall Street?
Yeah, yeah.
So yung saying na money never sleeps, parang dapat, even may pandemic or even we're in the brink of may happening pa rin ng virus, money should never sleep.
Yeah,
Parang
because even if mayroong crisis, meron pa rin kailangan ng people still need something. So for
yeah.
example, in this case, I just recently ate, and if you notice, what they're not offering yung mga traditional mga ganito, how do you call this? Mga
Tumbler? Yeah.
stainless na mga spoon and fork, na mga plates, di ba? What they're giving out are like plastic spoon and fork and cartoon paper plates, parang ganun, di ba? If you notice, sabi nga pag may magsasara na magbubukas, more yung demand sa plastic more than
Mm-hmm.
ever. Right? So
Yeah.
there's
So,
one thing, pag may babagsak, there's one thing na tataas. So technically, it's still the same. So if you
yeah.
notice, all businesses are dying down during the lockdown. TikTok like eventually reached how many multi-millions of followers in just like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yun nga sabi ko, every crisis there's always an equal amount of opportunity.
Wow. That's very apt. I mean, yung saying na yun is very apt sa times now. Um, May nagsasuggest na nga, Coach Fibo, since we're very informative daw and relatable, magkaroon daw ng part 2. So, if in case you'll be available again to accommodate us, please let us know. And then I would like to thank everyone for watching us and tuning with us here. Um, yeah, that's about it. Thank you, Coach Fibo, for spending an hour and more of your time with us tonight. I know you're very busy. So thank you for educating the people within the Bounce Back Network.
Right. Thank you, Ses, and thank you everybody for staying until the end.
Yeah. Thank you. And see you guys on my next live. It's gonna be on Friday. And it's a BYOB night for women. So we hope to see you there. I'm gonna be with Coach Melissa and see you until then. Thank you and goodbye.